MotoSurf World Games qualifier in Fujairah, United Arab Emirates, set the stage for an adrenaline-fueled battle as riders from around the globe fought for their final chance to qualify for the 2025 World Games in Chengdu. Over 3 action-packed days, the Fujairah Corniche transformed into a high-speed battleground, with the world's top MotoSurf athletes racing against the clock and each other in a relentless test of skill, speed and endurance along the pristine Gulf coastline. Nestled between the Gulf of Oman and the rugged Hajar Mountains, Fujairah is a city of striking contrasts, home to both stunning coastlines and world-class marine sports venues. The Fujairah International Marine Club served as the heart of the competition, providing a premier racing environment in a setting renowned for its commitment to water sports excellence. The backdrop of the city's modern marina and the luxurious Al Bahar Hotel and Resort created an unforgettable atmosphere for this crucial World Games qualifier event.
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony Squire. We're back here racing jet surfs at Fujairah. This is the World Games qualifier, so this is the top 2 up to top 4 men and women from every country that compete. So this isn't like a normal race where we have a lot of beginners. This is the top of the top. So it's going to be very difficult for everybody, not just a couple people. So everyone's fighting hard, but it should be a good weekend. Everyone's going to have some fun, and some people are going through to China, some people aren't.
With riders from over 20 nations battling for just 24 men's and 24 women's qualification spots, limited to 2 riders per nation, the competition was fierce across both categories.
So we're here in Fujairah for the qualifications, and for women's, I think for some of the countries, it is very intense. The competition is intense. Speaking for Korea, we have 3 very, very, very good women here. One of us is going home. I hope it's not me.
Here the competition is also, like on MotoSurf World Cup, very good. So Eliška Matoušková is here. I'm super happy about that because she's the top racer. So yeah, and the other girls are also super talented. So yeah, I think it will be a great race.
I didn't been on the water with these girls, so I'm really excited to go because we are all from different countries, and I don't know, it's gonna be amazing, I think.
Stock MotoSurf boards ensured a level playing field, making the battle about raw talent, strategic racing and technical mastery.
Yeah, so since all the categories from World Championships have now come into one, everyone has to use stock boards. It's beneficial to me because I'm on the same board I've been on for years. Some of the guys from Elite and Masters are used to tuned boards. They have an extra couple horsepower, so anytime you go from more power to less power, your riding style has to change.
This board is less powerful, so you need to keep it more smooth, and sometimes it can get difficult that you are missing the power on the exit of the corner. But other than that, it's basically the same board, same jet surf titanium. It's just a little bit less powerful.
From beginning, I was falling a lot, but then I found it very amazing because it is slower. That means you have more opportunity to think during the ride, and the turns are better.
Riders faced a challenging clockwise circuit along Fujairah's scenic waterfront, where shifting currents and strong coastal winds tested their precision and endurance. One of the most unique aspects of the MotoSurf World Games qualifier was the blend of generations and experience levels racing side by side. Riders from Masters, Juniors, Elite and Stock categories all took to the water together, sharing the same high-performance stock boards, creating a true test of skill and adaptability.
So, coming up from the juniors category, this is my first race against the men in the men's category. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm feeling good because in juniors I'm on a race board, but now I'm on a titanium, so the board's faster, it's better to carve and racing. So I'm feeling nervous, but I'm also feeling pretty good.
Hi, my name's Anthony Mistroni from Ontario, Canada, and today is amazing. I get to race 2 of my heroes in Alex Lukscheider and of course number 6 times Mr. Zahorski. So it's going to be an amazing race for me, and I can't wait to compete with these young guys coming from Masters. I think I can compete, and I'm looking forward to it.
Obviously with the stocks in the heats, like in the MotoSurf World Cup, I compete with them in the heats, as I said. But with the elites, it's a very big challenge, but it's still very good to like push my limits and like challenge myself on the top so I can get like more experience.
It's like it's a really good feeling to race with my father.
And we are also in the same group for the last 3 heats. We will also compete each other again, right?
Yeah, so it will be fun.
It will be fun.
Yeah, I find it very amazing because we have combined 2 categories, elite and stock.
So the stock riders, they come to me every time that they are happy that they are riding with us.
The women's final would be a battle of champions, with Eliška Matušková of the Czech Republic leading the charge. Having already secured her World Games qualification before this event, the real fight was for the remaining Czech slot. Mariana Navarova made an early statement by defeating Eliška Matušková in the opening heat, establishing herself as a top contender for the Czech Republic's final World Games slot. Meanwhile, Anita Stukalova responded with a heat win of her own, setting up a fierce national rivalry. As the heats progressed, both riders traded positions, with Mariana consistently finishing near the top, while Anita gained her own momentum, eventually edging Mariana in the final heat. With only one Czech women's qualification spot remaining, the final race would decide who would secure it. Further back in the pack, Sara Zubarova and Emma Struklová of Slovakia raced nose to tail, ensuring that both Slovakian riders locked in their World Games qualification spots. Lee Yun-jin of South Korea put in a strong finish, fending off her teammate Lee Mi-on, ensuring that South Korea locked in both qualification spots. But just moments before the women's final race, Lee Yun-jin's chances were nearly derailed when a plastic piece of debris clogged her board's intake, just minutes before the start.
So right as soon as the finals started, we were getting ready, and I got this really thick plastic stuck in my turbine. If you got something stuck, you got to come in, but you have 2 minutes to figure something out. And I was shaking, I was nervous, but I was so grateful. Literally everybody, all my friends, just everybody in the community that knew what was going on, they ran out with flyers, with pens, everything to help me out. Under 2 minutes, they got me back in the water, and I got really emotional, so it kind of helped me with the nervousness.
We now dial in to the live commentary for the women's final race.
So the women's final about to get underway. Matušková with the number 1 on her shorts. Keep a close eye on Gao Jiayin from China. She's got the number 2, qualified through the heats in second place with 50 points. But Matušková dominating the heats, and she leads them into the split section for the first time, taking that left-hand split. Looking very smooth. The water conditions pretty nice right now out here in Fujairah, and there Matušková just glancing across. Where are her nearest rivals? She looks so relaxed out there and completes the first lap. Gao Jiayin in second place, up into third. Sara Zubarova, the number 4 on her shorts, but it is Matušková out in front. Keep an eye out to see who goes for the long lap. But it can take 2, of course, in this race. Matušková, again, so relaxed, so dynamic, working from turn to turn, always keeping an eye on where the riders are. Another lap in the books for Matušková. Well, she's building an advantage here. There's another glance. Up into second place, it's Sara Zubarova there with that number 4 on her shorts. Nobody's really challenged Matušková today. She's keeping it all under control. Wants to win this MotoSurf World Games qualifier here in Fujairah, and she wants to win it in style. Well, Matušková with the advantage. A little bit further down with the number 7, Emma Struklová. Struklová 7th in the heats in terms of points. It's a big performance here. So difficult for the Czech riders when they've got so much talent in this sport and so few places available at the World Games for them. The riders all over the circuit at the moment, but we're just trying to keep an eye on where everybody is right now. Matušková still in top spot. There she is. Looking to see this one out. Another glance over her left shoulder. It has been a pure display of dominance for Matušková. Sara Zubarova still sitting in second place right now. There's still a bit of time to go in this race. Any problems and the Slovak rider could be in trouble, but she just has to make sure she's the top Slovakian rider in this race. Matušková knows she's already got that spot at the World Games in Chengdu in the bag. Matušková still with a commanding lead in this race, and She's working hard. You can see there's a little bit more chop out there on the water. The wind just actually pick it up throughout this race. So Maryśkowa's just got to keep everything under control through the final section of the race. You can see back across to the skyline of Fujairah and the beach where everyone is watching another display of dominance from Eliška Maryśkowa. Mariana Navarova a little further down. She's got the number 5, Aneta Shlukalova, further behind as well. But of course, just one Czech rider will go through to the World Games along with Eliška Maryśkowa. The Czechs are dominating this race here in the final. Maryśkowa just looking to keep this within herself. Keep it all nice and calm. Not so much at stake for her compared to some of the other riders out there. With that spot in the bag, she's claiming it, isn't she, already? She knows she's got this one. And Eliška Maryśkowa just can now have some fun out there, really enjoy herself, and just keep this one clean and simple towards the finish line. That is all that she's got to do. Sara Zubarova still riding nicely. The Slovakian on course for a place at the World Games. Just needs to be the top qualifier. And it is Eliška Maryśkowa who comes through, of course, and takes the checkered flag. She's got the job done here. Mariana Navarova coming through in second place. 1, 2, 3 for the Czechs. And pure dominance again throughout the weekend here from Eliška Maryśkowa. No problem at all in the final. We thought that Gao Xiaoyin from China may end up challenging her, but it wasn't to be. And Maryśkowa could celebrate. And Mariana Navarova as well. They have both confirmed their spots at the World Games.
It was Eliška Matyušková who secured overall victory and the chance to represent the Czech Republic, with Mariana Navarova earning the nation's second spot at the World Games. China's Cai Jin and Gao Xiaoyin followed with strong performances as well, locking in their spots along with South Korea's Lee Young-jin and Lee Mi-yeon. Mexico's Arantxa Flores, Japan's Miki Tori, Poland's Rosalia Yanora and Slovakia's Emma Striklova rounded up a diverse lineup for the women's division in Chengdu.
I'm really happy that I'm qualified for the World Games because I never thought that I will do it that far, so it really means a lot to me. My goal is to win the World Games.
The men's final was one of the most thrilling battles of the event. With only 12 riders advancing to the final race, every heat played a crucial role in shaping the competition. Lukas Zahorsky and Alex Lukscheider were amongst the most consistent throughout their heats, while 2024 world champion Matthias Novotny was not far behind, winning all 4 of his own heats as well. With only 2 Czech Republic spots available for the World Games, the battle between these 3 teammates was destined to be one of the biggest storylines in the final. Further down the standings, Marek Skamler delivered steady performances, consistently placing within the top 3 in the heats. Jin Shulin remained a front-runner in every heat too, putting in a steady performance to qualify with ease. Kim Min-seong was one of the most consistent riders throughout the men's heats, finishing in the top 2 every single time. While Mark Andrews faced a gruelling path through the heats, battling against a highly competitive field, he showcased an impressive second-place finish in one heat, proving that he could compete with the front-runners. Zhang Mao Zhu rounded out the top 12 with a solid performance, ensuring China had multiple riders in the final. The stage was set for a high-stakes showdown. We now dial back into the live commentary of the men's final race.
So the men's final lined up and ready to go at the MotoSurf World Games qualifier in Fujairah. Lukas Zahorsky with the number 1 on his shorts. He's the man to beat. He wanted that number 1 spot, had to work hard for it throughout the heats, but got there in the end. Same number of points as Alex Lukscheider. And Lukscheider looking to put the pressure on early in this race as they approach the first turn. It's a great start though from Zahorski, the multiple world champion, goes to the right-hand split. Luke Scheider on the left-hand side. Clean water for the two men in positions 1 and 2 on the opening lap of the race. Such a battle amongst the Czech riders when you got Matěj Novotný in the mix as well. Damian Kadlec, another quality Czech rider, and just the 2 spots available for Czechia at the World Games in Chengdu 2025. That's what we're playing for here. The qualification places. This is the MotoSurf World Games qualifier, and this is Lukas Zahorski leading the race early on. A little bit of job into that turn, no problem though for Zahorski. Hand up in the air for Zahorski. He is going to take the long lap now. So Zahorski and Luke Scheider at different parts of the course. That could be absolutely key. What can Matěj Novotný do about it? A little bit of clear water, and Novotný will certainly try and close the gap in, but it's all going nicely to plan here for Lukas Zahorski. 2 Koreans, Kim Daud and Kim Min-song. Well, they're going to qualify for the World Games barring any major mishaps, and quality riders on these stock boards, the Koreans. At the pace of the elite riders that have dropped onto the stock boards, Zahorski, Luke Scheider, there for all to see in this MotoSurf World Games qualifier, back with the number 1 Lukas Zahorski. Not a lot between first and second. Zahorski just trying to keep Luke Scheider behind him. Still another long lap to take though, but Zahorski's been in this situation so many times in his career. He knows how to handle a race, how to control things, get it tactically spot on, but then so's Luke Scheider. 2 absolute greats of this sport, battling it out at the head of the race. If it finishes right now, then they've both qualified for the World Games, and ultimately that is what this race is all about. Getting that spot at Chengdu. If you can do that, then you're off to the World Games this coming summer. Zahorski is on course to do, but Luke Scheider keeping the pressure on the Czech rider, keeping in touch, hand in the air, and Zahorski goes for his second long lap. Does Luke Scheider follow him? No, he doesn't. So this is going to be a key moment of this race. Zahorski thinking now's the time to do it. Get out onto that long lap, get it out the way, and then see it out. Luke Scheider hoping for a little bit of clear water. That is the name of the game, and the 3rd Czech rider, Matěj Novotný, has just got to hope that Luke Scheider or Zahorski has a problem. Back almost on the course is Lukas Zahorski. Of course, Luke Scheider up ahead of him on the water, but Luke Scheider still with another long lap to take in this race. Once they've both done that, we'll get a clear picture of where things are settling. Now Luke Scheider goes for his second long lap. It leaves Novotný in a good position again, but Luke Scheider and Zahorski are going to come together pretty close when Luke Scheider exits the long lap. It drags you way, way back along the water, against the sort of flow of the course, actually. Well, Zahorski hasn't put a foot wrong in this race, despite the problems he had in heat number 1. A little bit of his board breaking off just in the split section here. And Zahorski there, completing another lap. So Luke Scheider a little bit further behind, but it seems to have worked coming out of the splits for Luke Scheider, but not enough though. Not enough for Luke Scheider to get ahead of Zahorski. Both riders have completed their 2 long laps. It's now a straight up sprint to the finish between the 2 Czech riders. Matěj Novotný's put up a good fight. Kim Min-song a little further back as well. in the mix, but Kim Min-sung is going to come through and grab a spot at the World Games for Korea. The Chinese rider, Jinshu Lin, further back, came through the heats in 5th place, showing some real pace. Be looking forward to racing on home soil. He's likely going to get that Chinese spot, qualify for the World Games. Well, there, Luke Scheider, knowing that Zahorski's maybe too far ahead at this stage and just got to settle for 2nd place, both going for the same split there. And Zahorski, well, like Mariškova, exceptional riding all day long. And Lucas Zahorski can celebrate. He has won the MotoSurf World Games qualifier in Fujairah. A dominant performance from start to finish. That's what he was after, that level of riding. He'll go in to Chengdu 2025 as the favourite for the gold medal. But don't count out Alex Luke Scheider as well. Fantastic racing. A 1-2-3 for Czechia. However, Novotny is going to be the man who misses out on a place at the World Games. And Lucas Zahorski celebrates a stunning victory here in Fujairah.
As the riders returned to shore, a brief heated moment unfolded when Zhang Maozhu received a yellow card for dangerous driving during the starting procedure of the final session. His aggressive attempt to get ahead of Hassan Bobas and Mark Andrews resulted in this penalty. Meanwhile, Lucas Zahorski took the win, securing his World Games spot, with Alex Luke Scheider close behind. South Korea's Kim Min-sung and Kim Dawn delivered strong performances to qualify, while Jinshu Lin and Zulin Jing also earned their places to represent China. Slovakia's Marek Skamler and Canada's Mark Andrews secured key finishes, with Kuwait's Hassan Bobas claiming the final qualification spot after a very hard-fought race.
I feel incredible. It's been a tough weekend coming out of retirement, 1 year of no racing in the elite class with the fastest guys. And yeah, it was tough, but miraculously, thanks to God or to I don't know who, everything worked out. And I'm just really grateful for the result, and I couldn't wish for better. So I'm really happy, actually proud of myself, and I'm looking forward to the World Games. So mission accomplished, and thank you all guys for support.
I was all the time second. I kept Matthias behind, and I'm happy that I'm qualified for the World Games. It is a good honor, and I want to thank all sponsors and also my team, who is in another state, from afar support. And thank you, and see you in Chengdu.
As the racing concluded, all eyes turned to the Grand Awards ceremony, hosted at the event's central stage, with the race director, UIM officials, MotoSurf representatives all lined up in front of the crowd. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Sharki, the Crown Prince of Fujairah, arrived to personally congratulate the winners himself. As the triumphant athletes were called to the stage one by one, they received their official qualification trophies in the presence of His Highness, marking their achievement in securing a place at the World Games. Following the main awards, all competitors, regardless of their final standings, were invited back on stage for the all-participants certification ceremony. In a display of unity and sportsmanship, every athlete was presented with a certificate of participation, recognising their efforts and contributions to the MotoSurf World Games qualifier in Fujairah. Next stop, Chengdu, where these riders will battle for MotoSurf glory in the 2025 World Games.